We are doing a catch and cook today. We are going to go fishing on the Canadian side of Lake Champlain. I'm going to show you the basics in ice fishing. Oh gosh. And we're going to catch and cook a fish. It's going to be beautiful. This looks like a good spot right here.
Oh yeah.
First things first, the gear that you're going to need to do some ice fishing in a relatively pleasant manner. It's called an auger or an ice fishing drill. You can make a hole in the ice with an axe, depending on how thick the ice is. After 12 inches, it becomes very difficult to make a hole in the ice with an axe. And if you do it, you got to start wide, because invariably as you chip away, it becomes sort of like a cone shape, and it becomes very hard to make a hole big enough in the bottom to pull a fish out of if you catch one. Auger, first thing you need. Fishing rod, tackle, worms or minnows. In Quebec, no longer allowed fishing with live minnows in winter, so I'm using worms with a little jig head. I'll show you that in a second. First, let's make a hole. All right, now in addition to having an ice fishing drill, you want to make sure your ice fishing drill is very sharp on the blades. Mine isn't, which is going to mean that this is going to take a lot longer than it should and expend a lot more energy than it should. Let's get started. Oh, there we go. Woo! All right, it's just that easy. Alrighty, oi! I got my ice fishing rig. Yes, this is called a rig. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, if I catch a big pike, it's gonna snap this little piece of garbage in half. Interesting fact, the fish in the winter fight incredibly lazily. They basically, almost fight only with their body weight. Maybe a bigger fish is gonna pull a little bit, but they are nowhere near as vivacious as they are in summer. So even a big fish will not snap this pole. But I haven't been catching big fish anyhow out here, so let's get a little worm on it. No! So here's an interesting fact. As you fish, the water that you dip on the fishing line begins to freeze into an icicle like this. What you can do is pinch it and slide it down the fishing line all the way down to your lure, your hook at the end. I got a worm and a weight now. And then you sink it. And what ends up happening, and this is totally cool, is the ice that you just slid down your fishing line that's going to be pulled to the bottom of the lake is actually going to melt. Why? Because the water at the bottom of the lake is actually warmer than the surface. At the bottom, it's about 4 degrees. I think I just had a bite. At the bottom, it's about 4 degrees. And at the top, it gets to freeze, and then it rises as it crystallizes and freezes on the ice at the top. So if you can keep that ice line at the bottom of the lake with the weight, it eventually melts off the fishing line. It's already starting to melt. So you see that? Amazing. Oh, I'm sort of frozen up here. Yep. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, look what we caught. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. Norwegian Gravlox. Catch and cook, baby. Booyah. We're eating breakfast this morning. I'll tell you what, look what I caught. Woo-wee.
Oh, it's a little wet.
It's a little wet. It's fresh
Frozen.
lake water.
Still frozen.
Nice. What you want to do is make sure you take a dirty knife that you don't know where it's been, and you want to cut down the middle of the bagel, you see?
One more minute.
There you go, look at that. That is a Montreal bagel right there. I prefer the black seeded bagels and not the sesame.
What?
But, yep.
Ew.
And now, cut open. Oh, wait.
It's called poppy seed. Poppy seed.
That smells,
Fresh?
That smells glorious.
It sounds fresh.
Toast the bagel, cream cheese, maybe some tomatoes, little salt and pepper cracked on top of it.
Egg.
Fried egg. We'll do that too.
What? You can't
Butter
put butter on the pan like that?
Oh, you certainly can. Then you put a little cracked pepper. You gotta chill it down here. A little salt. Boom. Check this out. Eggs.
too hot.
Yeah. Trust me, if there's one thing I know, it's about being too hot. Oh shoot, I just broke the yolk. Whatever.
The stove is really dirty.
Everything's pretty dirty, huh? Okay, check this out, and boom. This is frying up. This goes on top of the bagel lox and cream cheese. Mwah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, the toaster oven's dirty too. You know when you start filming a video and you realize how dirty everything is?
What are you talking about? This is totally clean. I just cleaned this. All right. Here we go. Ugh. We have some residue from the Norwegian Gravlox. Now you take the
You just
bagel,
wiped it on your pants?
evenly spread across the bagel. Now, little cracked salt, cracked pepper.
I usually put that on top.
Yeah, but it sticks better when you put it on the cream cheese. Okay, now we put the Gravlox. All right, now the egg goes right on top like this. A little more pepper. That is your catch and cook bagel lox and cream cheese.
It's just that. It's just that easy.
That looks
Oh.
yucky.
Oh yeah.